Welcome to this .cms website training for how to create categories and/or tags in your .cms content. Now, the categories or tags are things that you're going to input related to any kind of content that you are creating, whether it's a web page or targeted content like an event, an article, or a person's profile. Now, depending on the content type, there may be more than one field that you will need to fill in. For example, on a person's profile, when you click on the Categories tab, you will see person tags and then you will see person type. And person type is a category and relates to different categories that you might select for when creating a person listing widget to showcase your faculty and/or staff directories. So for example, you can see the different types of categories could include faculty, graduate student, specialist, staff. I'm just going to click on staff and close out on the X button so you can see that we now have a category under that person type. Now, person tags is a little bit different. This is going to be tags related to this particular person's content, their profile. And you normally want to have at least one tag, and most often it would at least be related to the name of your organization. So for example, that might be the National Charrette Institute, and there happens to be a tag for that I can select. And then if there's additional tags that you might need to use, like if I'm working on something related to .cms and training, I might use a tag like .cms. And then you can see there's several different .cms related tags I could use. The other way that this is also used is to showcase areas of expertise. And that could include related to a person. It could also be related to a project of some kind. So for example, maybe you're working on a built environment project, and that's a tag that you want to use throughout all your work. It's a main keyword that you're going to use throughout all your work. So I'm going to type in built environment, and there happens to be a tag for that. Now let's say you want to create a tag and there doesn't happen to be a corresponding pre-selected tag for you. Let's try donut. It's actually donut and coffee. All right, but you want one that's just for donut. So if you want to make this tag into a tag that will be used in the future, all you need to do is click on the Enter key on your keyboard, and you'll notice that the square now shows around that particular word or phrase that you're putting in there. And that's how you create a brand new tag versus using one that when you start typing, there's a pre-existing tag that you can select for. Now, as I mentioned, it's helpful to use these tags in various ways. Sometimes they're determined based on different widgets that are being used, as there's a specific tag that they need to have with content in order for something to show up in this particular feed. Could be an article feed, could be digital document feed, could be a person listing feed. And so you may need to create targeted tags around those kinds of things. And that's how you create a tag in the system.